Hello and welcome to Wandering with Justin.
And Jane.
This week we're off to explore the Gibraltar Ranges National Park in northern New South Wales. We're in search of the elusive and endangered Gibraltar Ranges
Warratah.
Thanks, Jane.
As I haven't seen the Warratah, Justin decided that we'll go for a drive today as it is still springtime here. I haven't been to Gibraltar Range in springtime. I haven't been able to catch all the wildflowers, so it's going to be very exciting to see them, and hopefully we can get the Warratah, see the Warratahs, and it's not too late.
Absolutely, and even just the drive to the Gibraltar National Park along the Gibraltar Highway is a beautiful drive. There's a broad change in scenery no matter which direction you come from, whether you come from the coast or from inland. You get to see a wide range of farmland that gradually builds up into thicker forest, and then eventually into rainforest, and then the park itself is a wide collection of both drier and more rainforest sections. So there's so much to see, even just the drive along. So the footage you're seeing now is just a sped up trip into the car park for the walk that we chose to do on this day to try and see the flowers. So we chose a relatively easy walk because it was quite hot on the day, and we didn't want to stress ourselves too much. But really, there are a whole range of walks available in the park, from really easy to quite difficult and advanced. So there's something there for everyone, and you'll be able to see the flowers on pretty much all the walks.
Okay, so we're off on our walk. At the moment the temperature is quite nice. It's about 15 degrees and overcast, but later on it does really warm up. As you will see, there are just so many flowers. I'm afraid though we do not know the names of a lot of these flowers, but they look beautiful.
We've definitely got some homework to do, and it's on my list of jobs to do is to buy a wildflower guidebook and really start learning about these plants, because they just amaze me.
As we walk around, you will see all the colours you could wish for are here in the flowers. It is amazing to see such a variety of plants and flowers. At home, we pamper our plants, but these plants, shrubs and trees, are at the mercy of the weather. They look so healthy this year. What were they like last year, Justin?
Look, last year it was similar, but I don't think there was as many flowers out. I did this walk last spring at a similar time of year and saw the Warratahs, but I definitely think there are more wildflowers, and there's still a bunch of flowers ready to come out. We've been out around some of the parks earlier in spring to see the wattles and some of the early flowers, but there's just so many flowers still to come. And over the coming weeks, even more will come out in the lead up to Christmas. So it's definitely going to be still worth getting out to look at this park for a good while yet. Now, I actually said a great many very intelligent things as we went along on this walk, thinking that we were recording the audio, but due to a mistake in the settings, I actually wasn't capturing the audio as we went along.
Perhaps you weren't as intelligent as you thought, Justy.
Very true. Now, this walk is actually a circuit that takes you around a place called Surveyor's Swamp. There was a tremendous amount of insects that we could see and experience as we went around, like this dragonfly I happened to jag. And as you can imagine, with all of these flowers out, there were so many bees out in force. It was just amazing to see them as we went along. So many insects, so many different pollinators. The other thing that we had as we walked along, and in some sections it was so loud you could hardly hear the birds over it, was an amazing mass of cicadas singing the whole time. Now, this walk is a great opportunity to see the differences between some of these high altitude swamplands, the heath, and some of these high altitude gum forests, and some really beautiful areas there. And then, of course, to top it all off, you've got some amazing rocky crags all the way around. Now, there are certain plants and flowers that come up singly here and there, and then there are some that are bunched together in masses.
Like these group of bottle brushes with the new leaves.
Amazing new leaves. Now, some of these were almost finished flowering, but then every now and then you come across a little stand, and we're just about to see one here where some of the fresh new flowers, they're a beautiful, beautiful pale yellow colour. We saw big masses of bottlebrush, some big masses of tea tree, and all kinds of little flowers, all interspersed throughout this area. And such a beautiful array. It really is stunning, absolutely stunning.
The sun has finally come out, and the colours now are very vibrant, although the new leaves in the distance are a bit hard to see.
Yeah, definitely. The sun changes it so much, but It certainly makes for a magical trip and a magical opportunity to see things. The early morning sun is particularly beautiful, and I always love to see these things in the early morning sun. And the other thing that I love to see is these beautiful, beautiful ants' nests. I think these are just incredible. Just look at these different colours and textures. This is an old ant's nest. Just look at the moss and all of the different lichens that grow on there. There's a bit of old bushfire weathering. And look at these huge sideburns at the top of it. Now that's style. Absolutely,
no, it's not.
Absolutely amazing. Now along the way we saw a lot of these cocoons in the gum trees, and they seemed to be some sort of pest, because near all of these cocoons there was a lot of damaged or dying leaves. And while I don't know exactly what this pest is, you can see some of the damage there. Some of these leaves have been eaten completely through, and large parts of the tree seem to be dying off. And there was quite a big crowd of these pests, whatever they are. I'd love to know what they are. I've done some homework and I can't figure out what they're called. So if you know, please leave a comment and let us know.
This is definitely an easy walk going through here. There is a slight incline up further, but for the most part it's just flat like this. So it's very good to just go for a Sunday stroll. Really enjoyed it.
That's right, and you don't have to have great mobility or
Fitness.
No, so it's really a good walk for anyone. Now it's fascinating how these grass trees grow. You get these beautiful spikes of new growth coming up out of the top, and if you look down the bottom you'll see the old leaves of the grass tree are hanging down the bottom there. Now this one's been burnt in a fire recently, and you can tell that because there's not very much of a skirt at the bottom. Whereas some of the ones that haven't seen a fire in a long time will be completely covered in this amazing grass skirt. And here on the tree right next door is a cicada shell. Once it molts and then goes into the final phase of its life. And this place is just full of wonders. Look at this amazing tree. Look, you can see right down into here. A big hollow has been burnt through the middle of it. You would think this tree must surely be dead, but look up there at the leaves. There's still green leaves. This tree is alive and it's still growing. And that's just beautiful. It's amazing. I love this type of thing. And here, it's even shooting out from the bottom. This tree is absolutely determined to live, no matter what.
Yeah, the roots haven't died.
And that's amazing. I love this. And what's that beautiful explosion of red colour in the distance, Jane?
A Warratah.
Hooray! We finally found the elusive and endangered Gibraltar Ranges Warratah. What a beauty! Now the Warratah is the state emblem for New South Wales, but in 1991 this particular Warratah was separated out from the New South Wales Warratah and was identified as a unique and separate species, which is now called the Gibraltar Ranges Warratah. Now smarter people than me will be able to tell you the Latin name and all of that sort of thing, but what I can tell you is that it's absolutely spectacular to stand here and see it. Now, the day we came to see them, we were probably in the middle of the flowering season. Some early ones had already come and gone, and some later ones were opened up and are beautiful to see.
It was so beautiful just to see these in their natural environment. Beautiful colours. I really enjoyed them.
They're an amazing spectacle. Now look at these flowers here. These bushes are absolutely loaded up to the eyeballs with bud. They're going to explode, and it's going to be beautiful yellow flowers. Look, here's one that's early and opening. These bushes are going to be intense and incredible. There are sprays of amazing white flowers, every colour you can imagine. They're here, and they're amazing. And as you walk through the bush, you'll come around a corner and see these brilliant red flowers towering above you, 3 meters tall. Amazing stuff. So Jane, it was a spectacular walk and a beautiful day, but what was your favourite part of all?
I would have to be the Warratahs. And yours, Jussie?
Look, I can't fault that as a decision, because the Warratahs you only get to see once a year. And while there's so many other amazing things to see, like some of these beautiful stones and the amazing trees and the wildlife and everything else, the Warratahs only come once a year, and so I think it's amazing to get up and see them while we can.
I knew there had to be a little hill somewhere on this walk. It was too flat and easy. But this one wasn't too bad, so it was a nice walk up over the rocks.
And a bit of undulation also helps to break up the monotony of walking on the flat ground. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, there's plenty more to see in this park, and there was even more that we saw on the day. but it's too much to show you all in one video. But I'd like to thank you very much for coming with us this far, and I thank you for your time. We'd really appreciate a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing to our channel. But until the next time, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.
And see you on the next one.
Bye bye.